After years and years and years, welcome to a new tutorial on how to get a proper um, wireframe render on Blender. There are different methods, and I'm showing mine, which is very simple and very easy to do. And you can, it's so easy and light for your computer that you will be able to render very fast and easy even videos, and you don't have to do any modification to your meshes or applying modifiers and things like this, which are the common problem when you do the wireframe render. Now I'm gonna show you so you're gonna understand. This is not a basic tutorial. It's like for people who already know Blender. So if you see things that you don't understand, you may decide to go to a basic course. This is just an advanced feature, but it's quite simple. So if you want to keep on watching this tutorial, I will explain every step that I do in the easiest way and most understandable. So Shift A to add a mesh. Most of you will know this. What I'm gonna do, I want to basically render all the wireframe, which is the ensemble, the set of lines that join all the vertices and create the shape that you see. It's a technical render that can be used for different reasons and scope. Let's say that I want to add a modifier, because that's something subdivision, that's something is gonna happen very often, that you have this kind of modifier not applied to your scene, because the scene is much lighter if you work with modifiers and you don't apply them sometime. For some other modifiers, no, but this one often also you keep the modifiers on to have to be easy to export, and other stuff that you can modify much easier. So there you go. What you want to see, it's in the render, it's the wireframe. You want to see this, but not exactly just this line, because if you see in the solid view, you have all these beautiful. So one of the first approaches is just I'm splitting the screen here. You see, you here right click, and for those who know, for the very beginners, there you go. I go to shader, I add a material here, new, and that is our material. We go Z and we go to the render view, we add input and wireframe, and there you go, as an emission. And you see that we have all those edges visible, the wireframe, but also the triangles. It's not a bug, let's say it's a feature, because this shader works on the diagonals, and so it's not really precise. So if you render, to render we need a camera, so I'm adding a camera. I go again to the view, normal view, and I add a camera here, which is by default you can see it, it's in the Alt G and Alt R to zero rotation and position. Here I move it by the side view. With the numpad 3 I go and I can move it around. You see it moves. Here I hit 0 on the numpad, so I see whatever I see from the camera, and I go back here, I rotate it to center on my shape, and as you see, there you go, I render, and you see basically this, which is not even what I was seeing in the viewport, because in the modifier, if you go here, it's written that in the viewport here I see 4 subdivision, while in the render I see 2 of them. Let's increase to match. So now it's gonna match exactly. What we don't want, it's behind this thing. We don't want like background, and also because after we can put the color of background that we want. So first we do that one. We go here in the render setting and to film transparent, and there you go. Already you see it, Z, F12. But of course here is not transparent because the material is not transparent. So we need to put something like a mixed shader, mixed shader, and between an, okay, let's go here. We had a shader, a transparent shader, yes, in one, and the other an emission shader. Shader emission, yeah. And we use the wireframe as a factor between them. So first I'm gonna show you how it works without that one, without the factor. So we go in the render view, and here it's all transparent and all light. So if we use these as a factor, I think they are inverted already. Yeah, it works, but still it creates some pretty bug. Yeah, now it's okay, but as you see, there is also the face from behind, which makes this approach completely useless. Like, you cannot pretty much do anything. Let's see if in the setting there is the back face culling, but you could do another one like Shift D to double this one, and input, and we should have geometry and back facing. There you go, back facing, and we put transparent for the back facing. So the faces that are behind actually now are transparent, as you see. But still we have this issue of the triangles, and it's still a shader, so you have to render, and like hit render and cycle need to do his stuff. So it can be pretty hard and pretty heavy. And also, how do you control the thickness of these well, it's not complicated. You do like this, for example, 0.3 F11 to see the last render, and then we go to slot 2 here, because render can keep in memory like different renders. This is to make it easier to compare different options and styles or settings to see which one is better. When you work in an iterative way, that means that it's not directly do the thing that you want, but you are exploring a solution. Using this, it's pretty good, because now hitting F12 is gonna render on the second slot, and I can easily see the difference, and I see that obviously the second option, it's much better. It's 0.03. So this is one option, but as I told you, it can be pretty heavy, and then we have also this triangulation. But you saw how to take away the face from behind, which is this back facing option, as you see, and also how to have a transparent background, mixed shader, and so on. But still, it's not really sufficient. The same input of transparent, you can use it in different stages of the shader. You don't have to repeat it. It's the same, so it's the same. Also, you can if you put a bit less transparent, more transparent, but still is not what we want. We want something much easier. There is another feature of Blender that it's not really used much. I don't see it used much, but I work in animation, design, special effect, and actually for the pre-visualization for the client, this saved my day when I discovered it, because usually we will do some either some low resolution render, but we still had to, with my team, to send to render farms or to occupy a machine for the time. And so when you work with real stuff for special effect, for example, full CGI environment or things like these, yeah, even have a preview render like this is pretty heavy. So what you want to do is to use this little known feature, which is viewport render image. Viewport render image renders whatever is on the screen, you see, and it shows basically everything. Maybe if you want, it shows also colors. In Eevee also almost the render image, it misses some feature, and it's generally faster than any other render. So here, but you see the outline, the different things, features of the lines and the axes. Sometime is cool, especially if you want to highlight the technical part of your work. Keeping these can make it even more professional. But if you don't want all of these, it's easy. You just show overlay. You just click on this one. You again viewport render image, and it's done. It features also viewport render animation, which is the same, but it gives you the animation. Now, if I want, for example, to render animation, but if I just start to render the animation, it goes with the default settings, which are series 3 of PNG, which is very useful for having transparent layers, special effect, all this stuff. It's perfect. But normally you want, for example, here MPEG, and the encoding Matryoshka, the default one, is hard to work with. Like many computers and visualization devices need conversion, so you go just MPEG 4 and it's good. It doesn't have transparent background, but there is a turnaround. It's just using like a green screen color behind, added from compositing. I show you very fast. For example, F12. Yes, but when it printed, sorry. Yeah, when it printed, it gives black background and no longer transparent. So you add an alpha over. Now my problem is that I really go left and right with 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 the explanation. But there you go. You see that it's basically you can green screen it with any software after, and it will be transparent, and you can deliver to your client, or just as working file, package MP4 instead of PNG, which are heavier, but well, they are the most accurate. There is no comparison. But I found myself in the need of transferring MP4 because the client couldn't work with PNG sequences. They didn't have the skill, the software, and the knowledge. They wanted just to do their business quick, easy. That's the way you can do it. So coming back here. Actually, we want so wireframe. So there you go. You see only these. Where are all these nice little line that you see here, which it's what you want because it's very cool. If you render image, you see there are things missing. There is the outline here, but not really much. This is the real shape, but there is not much of the information that you want inside. So what you do, you go here to your modifier. Okay. Now, if you choose many objects with the same modifier and you hold Alt, whatever you do to the modifier, okay, it's applied to all the objects, and this is valid for many other features. Like if you want to present, for example, go to normals, how to smooth. If you have many selected objects, it applies it to all of them if you hold Alt. If you set like a variable, like the scale, it applies to all of them if you hold Alt. But anyway, here you see that there is optimal display on. If you turn it off, tack, you see all of them. But we have the same problem as before. So if you do viewport render, you see all the back faces which are getting in the way. And it's not really what you want to show. Nobody will understand anything. That it's easy. You take away these, this one up there, toggle X-ray and tack. You have only the front face. I can double this guy. So here we have the view from the camera. Okay, I can take this guy and double it, and the occlusion will work. These are all your objects. So let's select all of them, and let's Alt optimal display for all of them, as I told you. If you don't Alt, it's just for the active one, even if many are selected. So yeah, I wanted just to show you the wireframe rendering. Made it easy, but it came out that yeah, I was introducing a lot. These things save time. Basically, when you work, you don't want to repeat the same action many times if you can skip it. If you do it for work, if you do it for pleasure and you want just relax and click this optimal display 100 times, you can do it as much as you want. But in a productive environment, it's better to cut corners like this. So now I delete the modifier, and maybe I had 10 modifier and I delete them all. Here it's you see I have some special button here, apply all, delete all, voila. You can activate from edit, preference, and so you go to add-ons and modifiers. You right here, modifiers tool, they are these. But anyway, the topic was how to copy all the station modifier. Select first the one that you want to copy to, and last it should be active, the one you want to copy from. Control L like London, and you link the copy modifier. Tack, you have it again. And now you viewport render image, tack, and you have your wireframe rendering. So it's not adding like a background at this point, but you can change the color. You can add yourself a background again. For example, here you turn off the transparent and you viewport render image, and it's no longer transparent. And then you can go to the options of the what you call of the visualization, and you can change you can change various options. You can change the theme, you can change the color from basically viewport. No, it's like themes, yes, and you have all the colors that you want that you can change to the viewport. There you go, like the grid, the wire, for example, I want white, and there you go, you change the color to white. And the background, let's see, the 3D background is not this one. No, this is the grid. But anyway, you find everything that you need to change if you want to style, and you can save each style. There should be, yeah, some so at the end, somewhere like the option to save the theme. Now I'm sorry, I don't remember precisely where. If you know it, please write it in the comment, because it's something that I unfortunately forgot where it is. Time space, header. Also you can do also these, vignette, gradient, header, background. It's this one. Now this is for the panels, but yeah, there should be somewhere but to change the background and to change the maybe it's the color of the word. Is it? No. So if you know it, please write it in the comment. Anyway, this is to me the easiest way, and I showed you also the alternative. this is the most efficient and also give the prettiest result, and it's super easy. Like viewport render image, it's done like in a split second. If you need to render big sequences, it's the best, and it keeps the setting that you give here. So very easy and very fast. So my name is Francesco. I'm a professional 3D artist. I share with you some of my work secrets, or just the thing that I use, because they are not secrets, they're common knowledge. And it was a pleasure, and I hope to publish something else soon. Goodbye. A very quick edit. I found a way to change the background color. It's much easier than what I thought. You go here and viewport shading, color, voila, single object or random. You can color every object in a different way, or object is like the shader more or less. We keep it single because after white we can change it the way we want. And the word, so the background is the word or the viewport, and the viewport is the one that we want, because we can change it right away the way we want, and make it more or less and blah blah blah, everything you want. It's, if you go viewport render image, there you go.